It's possible that you now have a jar of honey in your kitchen. Perhaps you believe it to be one of the healthiest sweeteners on the planet and use it in your tea or as a drizzle over toast. You probably didn't realize this, but honey can subtly harm your health by increasing your chance of inflammation, digestive issues, and even more serious disorders like memory loss and some types of cancer when combined with the incorrect meals. Indeed, when taken improperly, even honey, nature's precious gift, can become dangerous. Don't worry though, in this episode, I'll carefully explain what you shouldn't mix with honey and, more crucially, what you should mix it with to genuinely nourish your body, safeguard your mind, and promote your long-term health. We'll go over 3 risky pairings to stay away from and 3 easy healing pairings you can use right now. Let's get started. Honey, a present with a caution mark. Did you know that the only food that never goes bad on Earth is honey? Even after more than 3,000 years, archaeologists have discovered honey jars in ancient Egyptian tombs that are still completely edible. That's because honey is naturally rich in enzymes, antioxidants, and antimicrobial compounds that preserve it through time. But honey is more than just a sweetener, it's one of nature's most powerful healing foods. Raw honey contains amino acids, trace minerals like iron and zinc, and natural sugars that your body can absorb immediately, no need for digestion. That means honey gives you quick, clean energy without the crash that comes from processed sugar. In many cultures, honey has been called the nectar of the gods, and for good reason. It strengthens the immune system, soothes sore throats, supports digestion, and has natural anti-inflammatory properties that can help your body fight off disease. But even with all those benefits, honey is not magic. In fact, when paired with the wrong foods, honey can lose its healing properties. Or worse, it can create harmful reactions in the body that stress your digestion, interfere with mineral absorption, and even increase inflammation over time. That's why it's so important to know how to use honey, not just whether to use it. So before you stir honey into your next cup of tea or mix it with your favorite snack, let's take a closer look at the food combinations that can either help or hurt your health. Coming up next, the 3 pairings with honey that you should absolutely avoid. Number 1. Honey and soy products, tofu, soy milk. At first glance, combining honey with soy milk or tofu might seem like a wholesome choice. After all, both are widely praised for their health benefits. Honey is known for its natural enzymes and antioxidants, while soy is celebrated as a heart-friendly, plant-based protein. But here's the part that most people never hear. When these two are consumed together, they can quietly work against your body's ability to absorb and benefit from either one. Let's begin with what happens on a chemical level. Honey contains a range of natural organic acids, including gluconic acid, citric acid, and other trace acids, that give it its slightly tangy aftertaste. Soy products, especially soy milk and tofu, are very high in plant-based proteins. When these proteins come into contact with the acids in honey, they react. This reaction can lead to something called protein precipitation, essentially a clumping of molecules that makes the soy protein more difficult for your body to process. Instead of being digested and absorbed, these clumps tend to pass through the digestive tract without offering their full nutritional value. And worse than that, they can actually disrupt the normal digestive process, leaving behind a sense of heaviness, bloating, or stomach discomfort. For many older adults, digestion slows down naturally with age. The gut becomes more sensitive, the balance of stomach acid shifts, and the enzymes needed for proper digestion aren't always produced in the same amounts as before. In that context, introducing a difficult food pairing like soy and honey can throw off your digestive rhythm even more. But digestion is just part of the issue. In traditional Eastern food theory, which has influenced both ancient and modern approaches to nutrition, every food has a kind of energy or thermal property. Soy is considered a cooling food, calming, soothing, and good for reducing internal heat. Honey, on the other hand, is considered warming, energizing, stimulating, and heat-producing. When these two are consumed together, they can clash energetically, creating confusion in the stomach and leading to discomfort, fatigue, or imbalance. For individuals with sensitive systems, this imbalance may feel like a vague sense of unease, a kind of tired, heavy feeling after eating. You might not even notice it at first. But if you've ever had soy milk with honey and felt gassy, bloated, or just unusually sluggish afterward, it wasn't your imagination. That was your body's way of telling you something wasn't quite right. And this isn't just a matter of feeling full. Over time, repeated poor food pairings can weaken the digestive system, slow nutrient absorption, and place extra strain on the organs that work hardest to keep us energized and well, like the liver, pancreas, and intestines. So while both honey and soy may be healthy on their own, when combined, they create more stress than support. Understanding how your food interacts inside the body, not just on the plate, is one of the quiet forms of wisdom that helps us age with clarity, comfort, and care. Number 2. Honey with tannin-rich foods. There's something deeply comforting about a cup of tea with honey. For many, it's part of a daily ritual, something warm, soothing, and natural. And it makes sense. Tea is full of antioxidants, and honey is known for its healing qualities. But what if I told you that combining them might be doing more harm than good? The issue lies in something called tannins. Tannins are natural compounds found in many foods and drinks, especially in black tea, green tea, and unripe persimmons. They're responsible for that slightly dry, bitter taste you sometimes notice when tea is brewed too strong or a fruit isn't quite ripe yet. Now, tannins on their own aren't bad. In fact, they have antioxidant properties that can help fight off free radicals and support heart health. But the trouble starts when tannins meet minerals, particularly iron, which is found in raw honey in small but important amounts. When tannins and iron come together in your digestive system, they bind to form a substance that your body can't absorb. That means instead of getting the energy and immune support honey is known for, your body ends up flushing those benefits away, unused and unabsorbed. This might not sound serious at first, but for older adults, it can matter more than we think. As we age, our bodies naturally absorb less iron, and without enough iron, our blood has a harder time carrying oxygen. That's when we start to feel tired, foggy, or even a little out of breath doing everyday things. So if you're someone who enjoys honey in your tea, especially black or green tea, and you've been feeling low energy, the answer might be in your cup. There's another layer to this. Honey is packed with delicate nutrients, vitamins, enzymes, and natural compounds that support digestion and boost immunity. But when you stir honey into boiling hot tea, especially right after pouring, the high heat can destroy those valuable elements. Experts suggest using water that's warm, not hot, ideally between 130 degrees and 160 degrees Fahrenheit. That preserves the nutrients in honey and makes it easier for your body to use them. And let's not forget the digestive side effects. Tannins, when consumed in large amounts or in sensitive individuals, can make the stomach feel tight, heavy, or unsettled. If you've ever had a cup of strong tea and felt a bit bloated or uncomfortable afterward, you're not alone. Add honey into the mix, especially on an empty stomach, and you could be creating a recipe for mild discomfort, even if your intention was to do something healthy. Number 3. Honey with onion. Over the past few years, you may have seen a few natural health trends going around the internet, one of them being onions soaked in honey. It's often promoted as a homemade remedy for colds, coughs, or even high blood pressure. At first glance, it seems to make sense. Both honey and onions have known health benefits. Honey is antibacterial and soothing. Onion helps reduce inflammation and supports heart health. But here's what most people don't realize. When consumed together, these two ingredients can actually create discomfort, and in some cases, harm your digestion more than help your healing. Let's take a closer look at why. Onions contain a compound called allicin or allyl sulfide, which is responsible for their sharp smell and taste. This compound is volatile, meaning it easily releases gas when it interacts with other elements, especially in the warmth of your stomach. When mixed with honey, especially on an empty stomach or in large amounts, allyl sulfide can ferment or react in a way that increases gas production. For many people, this leads to bloating, burping, and a general feeling of heaviness in the abdomen. It's not always immediate, and not everyone will experience it the same way, but it happens more often than people think. In addition, both onion and honey are biologically active. They contain enzymes, natural acids, and biocompounds that can either complement each other or clash. In this case, certain enzymes in raw onion are believed to interfere with the beneficial enzymes and antibacterial compounds found in honey. Instead of boosting the immune system, the combination can cancel out some of the protective effects each food offers on its own. Another concern that's rarely talked about is the impact on eye health. While scientific research on this specific interaction is still limited, traditional medicine sources and anecdotal evidence have warned that frequent consumption of raw onion and honey together may cause strain or irritation to the eyes. Some people have reported mild vision discomfort or dryness after consuming the two together regularly. For older adults, these effects are worth paying attention to. As we age, our digestion slows down, our sensitivity to certain food combinations increases, and the line between natural remedy and digestive burden becomes thinner. Just because two ingredients are healthy on their own doesn't mean they belong together on the same spoon. It's also important to remember that many home remedies passed around online aren't always backed by full, balanced understanding. While the idea of fermenting onions and honey may look appealing, it's not a magic cure, and it's certainly not a universal solution. In the end, your body always knows best. And often, the discomfort you feel after trying something new isn't random, it's your body speaking to you in its own quiet way. When it comes to honey and onion, the message is simple: they're better left apart. The 3 best food pairings with honey. Number 1. Honey and warm milk, a natural nighttime healer. There's a reason the idea of warm milk before bed has lasted through generations. Maybe you remember your parents or grandparents making it for you on cold nights. It was more than just a way to settle down, it was a quiet act of care, a warm moment in a busy world. Now, when you add honey into that age-old tradition, something even more powerful begins to unfold. Let's talk about sleep. As we grow older, sleep doesn't always come as easily. You may fall asleep but wake up several times in the night, or you lie awake for hours, your mind replaying worries or simply feeling restless for no clear reason. Poor sleep isn't just frustrating. It affects memory, mood, heart health, and even your body's ability to heal. Now here's where warm milk with honey can gently help. Milk contains an amino acid called tryptophan. When digested properly, tryptophan is converted by the brain into serotonin, a chemical known as the feel-good hormone. Serotonin helps regulate mood, but it also plays a key role in producing melatonin, the hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep. But here's something most people don't realize: when you drink milk alone, your body might not absorb the tryptophan efficiently. That's where honey comes in. Honey contains natural sugars that help the brain absorb tryptophan more easily and quickly. The small rise in insulin caused by honey allows more tryptophan to cross the blood-brain barrier. In simple terms, honey helps unlock the full sleep-inducing power of milk. But it's not just about chemistry, it's about comfort. The combination of milk's gentle warmth and honey's calming sweetness soothes both body and mind. Taken about 30 to 60 minutes before bedtime, this simple mixture can create a noticeable difference in how fast you fall asleep and how deeply you rest. Some people also find that this blend helps with nighttime anxiety. The serotonin boost from tryptophan supports feelings of emotional calm, while the natural sugars in honey provide just enough energy to keep your blood sugar stable overnight, preventing the kind of dips that can wake you up suddenly. It's important to remember, When making this drink, use warm milk, not hot, and add the honey after the milk is heated to avoid destroying its natural enzymes. And here's a general suggestion: don't just drink it. Let it become part of a nightly ritual. Turn off the TV, dim the lights, and sip it slowly with intention. Give yourself permission to rest. Because at the end of the day, wellness isn't just about what we eat, it's about how we care for ourselves. Sometimes the path to better health begins not with medicine, but with a quiet moment, a warm cup, and a little bit of honey. Number 2. Honey and cinnamon, a natural remedy for circulation and inflammation. There's a quiet kind of power in cinnamon. It's more than just a spice for apple pie or holiday drink. For centuries, cinnamon has been used in traditional medicine as a natural way to warm the body, support circulation, and ease inflammation. When you combine it with honey, another ancient healer, the result is more than just a pleasant flavor. It becomes a daily remedy for some of the most common challenges we face as we grow older. Let's start with what this combination does for your blood. As we age, our circulation naturally slows down. You might notice cold hands and feet or feel tingling and numbness when sitting or standing too long. Sometimes it's due to poor blood flow. Other times it's inflammation in the vessels. Cinnamon helps address both. Contains a compound called cinnamaldehyde, which relaxes blood vessels and improves overall blood flow. This not only warms the extremities, but also supports heart health by helping regulate blood pressure. Now add honey into the mix. Honey has its own natural anti-inflammatory and antibacterial properties. When taken together with cinnamon, the two ingredients create a synergistic effect, meaning they amplify each other's benefit. Together, they help reduce inflammation in the arteries, soothe joint pain, and gently support a healthier cardiovascular system. But the benefits go beyond blood and joint. Cinnamon also has the ability to help manage blood sugar levels. For people concerned about diabetes or prediabetes, this is important. The natural sugars in honey are absorbed more slowly when paired with cinnamon, preventing blood sugar spikes and crashes. This balance helps maintain steady energy throughout the day. There's even some early research suggesting that cinnamon may help improve brain function. Combined with honey's antioxidants, the two may support memory, focus, and cognitive clarity, something we all care more about our health as the years go on. How can you take care of your body naturally? One simple way is to stir half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon into warm water or herbal tea. Then, add 1 teaspoon of raw honey. Drink it in the morning to start your day with warmth and balance, or in the afternoon when your energy begins to dip. What makes this pairing truly special isn't just what it does. It's how it makes you feel. There's a comfort in the warmth of cinnamon, a softness in the sweetness of honey. It's like nature's way of saying, I see you. You've been through a lot. Let me help you carry it. When we slow down and treat our bodies with care, even small habits, like a cup of cinnamon and honey, can become acts of healing. Number 3. Honey and radish, a gentle cure for cough and immune support. Sometimes the simplest ingredients in our kitchen hold the most surprising power. Take the humble radish, for example. Often overlooked, it's crisp, peppery, and a bit too sharp for some taste. But when paired with honey, something remarkable happens. The sharpness softens, the flavors balance, and more importantly, together they create a soothing, natural remedy that supports the lungs, clears phlegm, and strengthens the immune system. Let's begin with a question. Have you ever struggled with a lingering cough that just wouldn't go away? One that left your throat sore, your chest heavy, and your nights restless? For many older adults, even a mild cold can turn into weeks of discomfort. Over-the-counter medicines don't always work or come with unwanted side effects. This is where honey and radish shine. Radishes, especially white radish, also known as daikon, are rich in compounds that help break down mucus and clear the respiratory tract. They contain raffinose and isothiocyanates, which have natural antibacterial properties. These compounds help fight infections, reduce inflammation, and calm coughing fits by thinning the mucus and making it easier to expel. Honey, on the other hand, coats the throat with a protective layer. Its natural enzymes soothe irritation, reduce inflammation, and offer mild antibacterial effects of their own. When combined with radish, honey not only improves the taste but enhances the healing power of both ingredients. This combination has been used for generations in many cultures. It's particularly effective during the colder months when the air is dry, the body is more vulnerable, and viruses seem to spread more easily. One traditional method is simple. Thinly slice fresh radish, place the slices in a clean jar, and pour raw honey over the top. Let it sit for several hours or even overnight until the radish releases its juice into the honey. What you get is a kind of natural syrup, full of nutrients and easy to take by the spoonful. Just 1 or 2 teaspoons a day can help relieve dry cough, reduce throat irritation, and support your body's natural defenses. You can also stir the mixture into warm water for a gentle tea that's both soothing and effective. Beyond coughs, radish is also packed with vitamin C, which supports white blood cell activity and overall immunity. The fiber in radish can help with digestion, making this a combination that works on multiple levels, inside and out. Perhaps most importantly, this remedy is gentle. No harsh chemicals, no long list of side effects. Just 2 natural ingredients working together in harmony with your body. In a world full of complicated solutions, sometimes the quietest ones are the most powerful. A spoonful of honey and radish may not seem like much, but when it helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel stronger, it becomes something truly meaningful. What we learned, a gentle reminder for everyday life. Let's take a moment to breathe and gently walk back through what we've learned today. Honey is a beautiful gift from nature. It's more than just a sweetener, it's a source of energy, comfort, and healing. But like all good things, it must be used with understanding and care. We started with the 3 combinations to avoid when using honey. First, we learned that honey and soy don't mix well. The high protein content in soy reacts with the acids in honey, creating digestive stress and blocking nutrient absorption. Next, we saw how honey and tannin-rich foods, like black tea, green tea, or unripe persimmons, can prevent your body from absorbing iron and may cause unwanted side effects like bloating or fatigue. Finally, we explored why honey and onion, though both healthy on their own, can clash when combined, causing gas, indigestion, and possibly disrupting some of honey's healing compounds. Then we shifted our focus to what honey does love. We explored 3 combinations that not only support your body, but uplift it. We talked about warm milk and honey, a natural sleep aid that gently guides the body into rest by helping absorb tryptophan and calming the nervous system. We introduced cinnamon and honey, a soothing blend that reduces inflammation, improves circulation, and helps regulate blood sugar and heart health. And finally, we discovered the healing power of radish and honey, a time-tested remedy for cough, phlegm, and immune support, especially during the colder months. So, what's the lesson in all this? It's that wisdom doesn't always come from big changes. It often comes from small choices. From learning how the food we love interacts with our bodies. From listening to what our digestion, energy, and sleep are quietly telling us. From taking a pause and giving care to what we put in our cup, on our spoon, or on our plate. And most of all, from remembering that simple things, when used the right way, can still do amazing things. If this video helped you, even just a little, I invite you to share it with someone you care about, a friend, a child, a spouse. Sometimes a small tip, shared at the right time, can protect someone's health or gently guide them toward better habits. And if you'd like more wisdom like this, quiet, thoughtful, grounded in care, consider subscribing to the Elders' Insight. I'll be here, always doing my best to bring you not just information, but understanding. Not just answers, but insight. Until next time, take good care of yourself, rest well, eat gently, and remember, your body listens to how you treat it.